Hello and welcome to the Told Games Foundry playthrough of Morrowind. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, not to be confused with Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. It's pretty confusing. There are two games with that title, but this is the original Morrowind with slight mods here and there just to make lifestyle a little bit easier and more, well, stream friendly. There's a couple travel mods, a couple graphics mods, nothing too extensive, and a code reworking that rebalances a few things and streamlines a few things, patches up some holes and some bugs and some exploits. So overall, good things that doesn't really change the aesthetic or the feel of the game. There was one mod I was considering earlier on that would change the faces of the people that you meet. I tried it, and boy did it look creepy. Right from the very first time I was on the slave ship, or the prison ship heading to Seda Neen, I met Jube, also known as Saint Jube. Saw Jube, and Jube looked nothing like how I remembered him, so that mod was out. But a lot of the other mods are kept. And there's really just a handful of them, maybe about 7-ish if I count them. Well, they'll come up as they come up. Well, we'll start today is near Balmora. We've actually spent some time in Balmora, connecting with various guilds and factions that are almost all of them present in Balmora. There were a couple that we missed, though. The Morag Tong didn't seem to be taking membership. They said that you had to go join somewhere else. I did not join a great house yet, so that's going to be further down the line. I'm hoping to join House Redoran. And then there were two more Imperial-style cults, or factions, that I have yet to join, and that's kind of the objective for today. I'm going to head to Fort Moonmoth, which is right next door to Balmora, and is a Imperial stronghold. So, of course, the Empire has conquered all of Tamriel, and that includes Morrowind. It was done in a pact. No, what do they call it? The Ebonheart Pact was earlier. There was an armistice of sorts. Vivek and a few others were there, signed it with I would say the original Emperor, but the Imperial Emperor, even though he was actually Breton. Boy, a lot of caveats here. The first big emperor, Tiber Septim. How about this? The first Septim emperor, creating a dynasty of emperors that would last throughout the Third Age. And it ends. The Third Age pretty much ends with the Septim line. Anyway. Right, where was I going with all of this? The Empire has a very large presence in Morrowind, but there are areas of Morrowind that keep its own very distinct culture and identity, and this is built into the pact that was signed by Vivek and others, the Great Houses, with Tiber Septim. Still, the Imperial presence is real. There's a company called the East Empire Trading Company that has made their way in, and there's a number of forts and other Imperial presences that are around. And so we'll go to one of those, Fort Moonmoth near Balmora. Balmora being one of the more accepting of outsiders. Okay. So let's see, that's the objective there. A couple little errands to do here and there. I might even try and get all the way up to Caldera today. We'll see. But let's dive in, and we'll see where we are in the actual game. So, here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba! Here we are. Morrowind. Got the great music there playing. Loading up. Oh yeah. If you're watching, if this is your first time, make sure to say hello. Let me know. Love to say hello back. Loading. Okay. Alrighty, so we have here the Balmora Fighters Guild. That seems to be where I left off. Okay. There we are. Oh, my health is pretty darn low. I'll deal with that in a bit, I guess. So, one of the things I've done recently is I've been dealing with the Kamana Tong. The Kamana Tong is a crime syndicate. Their arch enemy is the Thieves Guild, especially here. They tend to hang out in the Council Club. And there was one thing I wanted to do in the Council Club. Oh yeah, I killed that guy. He was bad news. I got a thing from him. Or did I? Yeah, there we go. So I needed a key to Nerano Manor. Did I ever give that back? Let me see here. Options. Quests. Death of a Taxman. I still have that. Oh! Okay, I need to go back to Seda Neen. What else we got here? So I need to go back to Seda Neen. Telvanni Agents. That's my current Fighters Guild quest. Thieves Guild. Nerano Manor Key. I never turned in that key. Okay, so I have a key to turn in. I should stop by Seda Neen to drop off that, resolve that tax collector business. But what I'm really doing in here is there was something I had overlooked.
Out or hit the road.
I believe it's in this room here. And it is. It is called the Teleport Ring. I was mentioning mods earlier, and one of the reasons I was mentioning mods is this ring. When you put it on, I just put it on, it triggers a spell that includes a whole lot of teleports. This is going to wind up being much easier than relying on some of the in-game teleporting options. Unlike other later Elder Scrolls games and, well, other games, period, you can't simply just fast teleport by pulling up your map and then clicking somewhere. That would have been nice and easy, but they didn't implement it that way. Instead, there are various transportation services all the way throughout the place. There's the Magus Guild, which will teleport between Magus Guild. There's a Daedric something or other where you can teleport between a few different Daedric places. There's a couple of spells. CV Intervention, which will teleport you to the nearest Tribunal Temple. Similarly, there is another teleportation spell. Best used on scrolls. Divine Intervention, right? That one's going to take you to the nearest Imperial Cult temple. So those two spells. We also have a series of boats that will ship you from place to place. And then we have finally, oh goodness, we have the everybody's favorite, the silt striders, where you get on the backs of these gigantic insects and you go from major city to major city, usually ones that are that have a river or shore nearby. So the silt striders don't make it too far inland.
Tell your friends about this place.
I don't have a lot of patience for questions, Outlander.
Yeah, well, I don't have patience for you either. So anyway, the teleport ring kind of combines all of those and adds a couple of other hotspots. This means that I don't have to... Oh yeah, there's also the mark teleport thing. And I do have a mod that modifies that a little bit too, so that I can mark multiple places and then choose among the various places that I've marked. But a lot of those rely upon casting a spell and the spell succeeding. And especially at low levels, you wind up going through a lot of mana, and then the spell doesn't work, and then you don't have a way to restore your mana easily. So, there's that. Meanwhile, I'm looking off in the distance there, and I'm seeing I'm seeing Dwemer ruins. I don't remember ever seeing that before. I think that's the sky here and the water is all part of the graphics mods I've installed that make things look so much prettier. Yeah, alright, so on we go. I wanted to head to the Thieves Guild. I had something to turn in. There's been a little bit of a brush up between the Fighters Guild and the Thieves Guild. My current Fighters Guild quest has me tracking down 4 Telvanni agents, and I was informed that the Telvanni agents were Thieves Guild, but I shouldn't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Don't pay any attention to that. A little suspect, a little sus. I did some research on that, and it should not get me in trouble with the Thieves Guild. But, you know, things can happen. Oop, I'm in the Mages Guild. Okay, apparently I cannot use doors and talk at the same time.
What is this about?
What do you want?
Okay, so unfortunately the Thieves Guild is all the way over the other side of town. I wonder... Can it take me to, let's see, mainland, merchants, my stronghold, camps and Mages Guild, towns, Balmora, Caius. More places? More places? Telfir. No, main menu. Merchants. Let's see. I was looking for something that might take me across the river. No. Okay, well, I'll just cancel teleport for now.
Don't press your luck. You're on your honor.
Okay. Off in the distance over there, we see a Silt Strider. Little chunk taken out of its back. That is a literal chunk that has been excavated out of its back, and it still seems to be doing just fine. South Wall Corner Club, here we are.
By the gods, you're half dead.
Hello. I don't know if I can help you, but
I am half dead, it's true.
Friend?
Sugar Lips Habasi? Is that who I... Yeah, did I get the Nerano Monarchy? I did. Here you are. Yes, Habasi likes this very much. Google, I did not talk to you. Habasi pays you well for this key. 500 gold. And it doesn't really get me very far, but alright. Sure. How about advancement? Can I advance now? I can. I am now a footpad. Oh, that's as far as I go. Okay, more jobs. Rajid, no good friend of Habasi, sold Dwemer artifacts from the guild. Oh my. Go to Fat Leg's drop-off in Hla Ode. Okay. If Rajid won't give you the Dwemer artifacts, find them and return them to Habasi. You must bring Habasi a dwarven goblet, a dwarven bowl, and a Dwemer tube. So it sounds like I can go anywhere to get these, but I'm guaranteed to find them at Fat Leg's drop-off in Hla Ode. Well, not guaranteed, because Rajid might not give them to me. Okay. I believe Hla Ode is over here somewhere. Let's get out a different map. Here's one of my various plugins. I have different maps that I can look at. Kanar Mok. Yeah, there it is. Hla Ode. Just a little west of the Odai Plateau. There's a, oh, interesting. Little flags there. I wonder if that signifies travel options. I bet it does. Interesting. Okay, I think I can take a silt strider there. Maybe a boat. I could also just travel there. Okay, so Fort Moonmoth is actually my next destination. Okay, there's the Dwemer ruins I think I was looking at before. Alright, so back to the local map. That's the useful one.
I'm listening.
You've got
I'm not going to Hla Ode anytime soon, so I'll just kind of put that on the to-do list. And now I need to go to Fort Moonmoth.
Do you
I
want
could
something from me?
just teleport there with my fancy new ring. Where's the stupid
How
exit?
may I help you?
Okay, here we are. I could just teleport there, but I think the best solution is to walk there the first time. That seems most fair. I could also use the Divine Intervention spell because the Fort Moonmoth is the closest Imperial Cult shrine. Well, let's go this way. Here we are. That's pointing me south. But I'm following the river. Now I need to be going east, so let's cross that bridge and head on east. Oh, can I rest out here? Resting is still too close to town. You can't... You can wait in towns, but you can't rest for the sake of gaining HP anyway. Alright. Do some harvesting while we're at it. We got creshweed. Got chokeweed. Keeping my eyes open for any potential dungeons that I want to mark and come back to later. That looks like the fort with the Dwemer ruins in the background. Rue brush. I haven't done much alchemy on stream yet. It's kind of a priorities thing right now. I want to be working on leveling as few things as possible so that I can get get certain scores maxed out, then I can start branching out a little bit. You can see here, I'm focusing on endurance-based skills and speed-based skills. So speed involves running around. That is improving my, where is it, athletics score. Also, speed is using short weapons. Where is that? Short blades, rather. So I carry around a tanto. It's a little slashing dagger. That's my speed thing. And then for endurance, I do have spear. I could be using a spear right now, actually. Do I have one? No, I have a kite and short bow and a fiend katana. So I have spear that I can be working on, but I can also be working on medium armor. And usually I wind up having to do those via trainer. Here we are, Fort Moonmoth.
What's this about?
Hello, guard captain. What's going on? The Legion's hire qualified recruits of proven skill and character, and provide training, goods, and services at discounts. The lower ranks are common troopers and officers, but the upper ranks include the orders of the Imperial Knights. Sounds good. How about blades? The blades are the Emperor's spies. They're everywhere, but no one knows who they are. Right. Dark Brotherhood. Scum, all of them. If they're after you, friend, you'd better find yourself some help. Or write a will, or both. What about Imperial Law? Yeah. How about join the Imperial Legion? Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend. Rumors? At first, it seemed the fuss about the Nerevarine prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learned that the Dunmer have been waiting for Lord Nerevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it? Yeah, true Imperial, he has no idea why anybody would bother with that. Nerevarine. It's the reincarnation of some dark elven hero, supposed to come back and drive the Empire out of Morrowind. Just some local superstition, but the temple says it's wicked and evil, and you'll be very sorry if you talk about it with the priests and temple guard. Well, okay. I will consider myself warned. Thank you. Moonmoth interior fort. I got some services right off the bat here. Cool. Yeah. Nice and compact like that. Barter, what do you got? Oh, I have moon sugar. Okay, so let me see here. Towns. What do we got here? Merchants. No. Maybe it doesn't have... There's a bunch of stuff it doesn't necessarily have. Imperial Legion. Mainland. Mornhold, Telvanni's. Well, it sure does have a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't have what I am looking for. All of those camps and the guilds of mages. Well, phooey. I was wondering if I could teleport somewhere and then just pop right back here. Guess not. Okay. What do you got for sale? Nothing interesting. This medium armor is okay. Let's see, 5 versus 10. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'd really like to get some medium armor that would work well. Also, I was thinking a spear, but I guess not here. I'd never checked this person's.
Tell me what this is about.
Oh, right. The reason for all that is I have moon sugar. Well, let's go ahead and do the mark recall thing. So, I'll save, get out my mark spell. And we'll go ahead and just mark right here. Or will we? See, this is why relying on the spell itself is not such a great deal. Alright, well, I'm not going to spend all my time trying to mark a spot, so I'll just put my moon sugar down. Now will you barter with me? Great. Looks like we're selling potions. Let's look for anything that is not bargain or cheap. I'm looking for quality stuff. Telvanni bug musk. I think I don't have any of that yet. Let's just grab it. Okay. What do you got for spells? Cure blight disease. Wow. I'll take that, sure. Various restore stuff. Great. And, oh right, we already bartered with her. Hello there, Nord. What do you got? Clothing and miscellany? Do you have any miscellany to sell him? Not really. I don't need... Do I need 3 lockpicks? Well, okay, I'll keep all those lockpicks for now. Anything useful? Nah. Well, spoiled potions. More bug musk. They really like their bug musk here. Some niche armor. Okay. And...
You like to dance close to the fire, don't you?
Yep. I do. How do you know? I'll talk with you in a minute, Hardheart.
Too much trouble. Must be going now.
Okay, what do you got? Love all these merchants here. Journeyman. I think I have master level everything, so I don't need that. More potions though. Let's look for the good stuff. You can usually tell by the icon, but I haven't learned to tell just by the icon yet. There's the cheap Flynn generic potions of nothing good still. Boy, so far shopping has been a bust.
Stay out of trouble and you won't get hurt.
Can I tell you about the Imperial Cult? We invite you to be a lay member. Yeah, sure. We accept all citizens of good character and earnest faith. We ask only for a one-time pledge of 50 drakes to aid us in our good works. To become a lay member for the Imperial Cult, speak with... Oh man. Igfa at Fort Pelagiad. Siloria Sirliulus at Fort Buckmoth. Huh. So Mutus Vunis at Fort Moonmoth, that's who I'll need to see. And blah 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 blah. And Ebonheart, and so on. Imperial Chapels, lay member. Okay, I guess you're not gonna do it. I wonder, can you do... What would it cost me to do a spell of Divine Intervention? I don't know Divine Intervention yet. Okay, how about CV Intervention? Range of self, right. I have no items. Well. Okay. Enchantment cost is 11, though. If I can enchant it to an item, that will save me the spell failure. I think. Well, what do you got for selling anyway? Got a katana, a dagger, bunch of scrolls. Let's see, what do we got? Iron Viper Skewer. That looks pretty good. I wanted to get a spear. Spark Skewer. Oh man, yeah. That one's much better. We got lots of spears. Cool. All of them iron spears at heart, though. Oh well. You know, 12k for an CV enchant. Talk about steep prices. Yeah, I didn't notice the price on that. Good to see you, Samsa, by the way. Total cost 32. Okay, well, sure. I'll carry around a spear. Yeah, may as well do that, because I don't want to be improving my block all that much anyway. I'm not trying to boost agility. Alright, we'll give that a try for a little while. Okay, so... got some people here. Red.
What say you?
Heart. Okay. Advancement. You have to sign up before I can give you a rank, Redguard. Do you want to join the Imperial Legion? Yes. Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend. Well, come on. I'm pretty sure that the guy I need to speak to is... yeah, this guy here. Larius Varro. I'm Larius Varro, Legion Champion of Fort Moonmoth. I've been hoping you might come by. I've got some work for you if you're interested. Guard. Nope. Fines and compensation. Imperial Legion. Join the Imperial Legion. Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend. Well, what's it gonna take, guys? All the garrisons are presently at full strength, except perhaps the Death's Head Legion in Fort Darius, Westgash village of Gnissis. I have to go to Gnissis to join the Legion? Boy, okay. Larius Varro, we've been hearing in rumors, is trying to crack down on the Kamana Tong, trying to bring down the entire criminal organization. More power to him, but I thought that he would let me in. Prison towers? Not yet. Well, okay, so...
If you care to talk, I would consider.
Looks like I'm not gonna get to join the Imperial Legion here. Prison towers, wooden door. But here's my Imperial Cult
I only
guy.
have a few moments.
Imperial Cult owned. Sure, let's receive a blessing. Fun. Alright. Can I tell you about the Imperial cult? We invite you to become a lay member. Oh boy. Before we dive into all those guys, let's see, lay member. Citizens of all good character and earnest face, we ask only for a one-time pledge of 50 drakes. You know, that's a heck of a lot easier than most of the stuff I've been doing. To aid us in our good works. Thereafter, the only cost of membership comes when you use a healing altar. Modest and nominal fees which help us in our mission to bring the words and blessings of the Nine, and to those less fortunate than ourselves. Do I wish to join the Imperial cult? What's this about blessings? Make offerings and receive a blessing in return. A healing altar. Receive blessings. Which cure diseases, poisons, restore attributes. Non-members pay 25 drakes. Newer members pay 10 drakes. Just spent 15 drakes, I didn't have to. Higher-ranking members receive blessings for free. Healing altars are found in blah blah blah, blah blah. The Nine Divines. The official religion of the Empire, the Imperial cult, worships the Nine Divines. The Nine Divines are the Aedra... Oh, they call them Aedra here. That's interesting. But we have Akatosh, Dibella, Arche, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, and Julianos. And of course, the divine god hero Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. Those who have played Skyrim will know that Tiber Septim kind of falls out of favor at the end of the third era. Yeah, somewhere in the third era there's a bit of a brush up with the dominance of the Imperial Empire, the Septim line of emperors, and High Elves come in and take over. They call it the Aldmeri Dominion. The big thing there is they go with 8 divines, and they exclude Tiber Septim because worship of Tiber Septim is kind of like the worship of Imperials, or in Imperials in this case kind of being like humans. So, anyway. You didn't need to know that, but here we have 9 divines. Akatosh, kind of a dragon-like thing, considered the first of the gods to form in the beginning place. After his establishments, other spirits found the process of being easier, and the various pantheons of the world emerged. Akatosh appears in multiple pantheons in various shapes and forms. The dragon icon that appears on Imperial emblems is actually Akatosh, not Tiber Septim. Dibella, goddess of beauty, is the most popular god of the 9 divines. In Cyrodiil, she has nearly a dozen different cults, some devoted to women, some to artists and aesthetics, others to, well, erotic instruction. Yeah, that would make her popular. Cyrodiil is the human imperial capital of culture, largest region of the continent, most is endless jungle. Alright. Imperial city is in the heartland. Rainforests. Interesting that I don't remember in Elder Scrolls 4 you spend all of your time in Cyrodiil. I don't remember it being that jungle heavy and rainforests. That's more south near Blackwood and whatnot. Alright, Dibella Arche. Yeah, god of the cycle of life and death, deity associated with burials and funerary rites, responsible for progression of seasons as well. I didn't know that. His priests are staunch opponents of necromancy and all forms of undead. Yeah, unfortunately he's not as popular here in Morrowind because we have ancestor worship, where certain kinds of necromancy are encouraged. Necromancy. Mages may legally purchase corpses and souls for philosophical research, and may do with them as they wish in private. Really? I think later on the Empire kind of cracks down on that. The Mages Guild says, that's probably not a good idea. Well, what else we got? Zenithar. Merchants, I believe. The trader god, patron of work and commerce, is the deity of wealth, labor, commerce, and communication. His priests have shown that the way to peace and prosperity is through earnest work and honest profit, not through war and bloodshed. Zenithar has a big presence in the imperial city Leowyn, which is right near the southern end of Cyrodiil, right on the border to Black Marsh. The reason I know about this is because the current ESO chapter is Blackwood, and the main hub in Blackwood is Leowyn. Big temple to Zenithar there. Mara. Mara is the goddess of love, not to be confused with Dibella, the goddess of beauty. Is the mother goddess and patron of bountiful earth, source of mortal compassion and understanding. She is associated with the Nyr of the Anuad, the female principle of the cosmos that gave birth to creation. Well, here in Morrowind we don't have much use for Mara because we have Almalexia. She is more a mother figure to the Dunmer than Mara is. Okay. Who else we got? Stendarr. Stendarr, god of justice and mercy, patron of righteous might and merciful forbearance. Yeah, patron of the Imperial Legions. Good to know. Also, really does not like skin changers, as you might call them. Vampires and werewolves, were-creatures of all kinds. And they particularly don't like Daedra. That's Stendarr. Kinnereth. I think she's the token nature goddess. Yeah, deity of the heavens, winds, elements, and the unseen spirits of the air, patrons of sailors and travelers. Kinnereth is invoked for auspicious stars at birth and good fortune in daily life. Julianos. That one I don't remember. Goddess of wisdom and logic. Oh, okay. Deity of literature, law, history, sorcery, enchantment, and alchemy. Monastic orders founded by Tiber Septim and dedicated to Julianos are the keepers of the Elder Scrolls. Okay. I did not know that. Tiber Septim conquered all of Tamriel and ushered in the Third Era and the Third Empire. Did I get them? Yep, okay. Now what was that about joining the Imperial cult? Let's review the doctrines. Probably says, don't kill people. Cultivate a noble personality and a strong will. Respect the magical arts, especially the colleges of restoration, mysticism, and conjuration. Those who swear to avoid bloodshed, to take the field unarmored, to fight only with blunt weapons are especially praiseworthy. We have ways around this. Knowledge of enchantments and the gift of diplomatic speech are other qualities we look for in our initiates. He's giving you a clue as to what skills you have to improve in order to progress in ranks with the Imperial cult. Our doctrines are simple. We acknowledge the divinity of the 9 divines. Already looked over them. We preach the 9 virtues. Right. Humility, inspiration, piety, work, compassion, justice, ambition, learning, and civility. Our emperor is the defender of the faith, and the empire is the world. Boy, we have a long one here. Here's the rules. Don't attack other members of the cults. Don't kill them. Don't steal from them. Don't trespass. Just like any other faction. The rules are exactly the same. Alright. I'm now a layman. I may rejoice in its blessings at the altars, I assume. Services, what we got here. Yeah, healing altars, basically. Imperial cult. Right. Join the Imperial cult. I am already a member. What can I do for you? Can I advance? Let's talk about advancement. Nope. let's not talk about advancement. No quests? Ah, would I like to become a lay servant? I already... It is not possible to become a priest or consecrated cleric without joining cult orders. You would be forced to divorce yourself for the full time of the imperial cult, which doesn't suit adventurers, people like yourself. But we do need lay servants, earnest laymen dedicated to serving the Nine, for certain unglamorous but spiritually rewarding tasks. At present, we need almoners to serve Zenithar, lay healers to serve Mara, and shrine sergeants to serve Stendar. Oh boy, we have 3 different kinds of quests. Almoners. Gather alms. Speak to Julius Trupor at Ebonheart. Okay. Right, alright, so can't do that right now. Lay healers. Also, go to Ebonheart. Is there anything I can do here? Shrine sergeants. Also, Ebonheart. Well. Okay. I'm in the cult. I'm not in the Legion. I can't do anything, so I'm kind of over 2 here. What do you got for bartering? Anything decent? Nope. What do you have for spells? Crushing Burden of Sin. Fortify Speed. No good spells. Can I make... What does it cost to make that? I don't think it's any better than the original spell. Spell chance 22, point cost 11. Yeah, this has actually a 23 chance and a cost of 8. Well, that was a bust. Well, let's check out... I think there were prison towers to check out. Well, let's see what's in there. Some barrels. Fort interior. Got a ladder over here. Up a tower we go. Okay. Wonder why they called it a prison tower. Well, that got me a whole lot of nowhere. Where's the other ladder take me? Okay, there's my athletics bumping up. Double check my spreadsheet here. I know that I am getting... Here, I'll show you my spreadsheet here. I know that I'm getting close on athletics. Where'd it go? There it is. Now up to 16. So 3 more there. If I get 3 more in athletics, and short sword combined, I'll kind of pause things there, do a level up, and then move on. Anyway, that's where we are there. Back to the game. Hey dude. Imperial Archer. Little secret. Buy stuff from factions. Yeah, okay, fine. Well, that's not doing anything for me. Let's go back this way. Be careful not to die, my HP are scaring me. Yeah, I should probably have taken advantage of some of those couches. I think there were some beds downstairs. Where did I see those? Yeah, down here. Now that I'm a layman, does that mean I can... Oh, I can go further down. Imperial Legion. Oh, come on! Really? You click on a bed and you... When was my last save? Quick save. Crud. Nope. No. Wrong. Return. Yes, is this about the work that I mentioned? Did you mention work? Oh, hello. Where'd this come up before? Through various channels, I've learned a bit about your situation. I'd like to tell you a little story. Yeah. Well, now I know. Now I have a bit of fines and compensations.
I see I stand in good company. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I don't have an autosave available either, do I? No. Now I just gotta live with it. Anyway.
If you care to talk, I would consider it a privilege.
So I was trying to join the Imperial Legion, but here's a little thing. Through various channels I've learned a bit about your situation. I'd like to tell you a little story, and when I'm done you can ask me some questions, and then maybe you can decide to go out and do some things. You might, and you might not. That's your affair. I also wanted to tell you about a nice present I think the Emperor wants you to have. I'm not sure where it is, but maybe you'll want to check back and see if I've found it later, after you've done some things. Speaking in code, what's your little story? Once upon a time there was a bad magistrate who took gold from criminal organizations to reduce the sentences and fines of criminals. Everybody knew he was doing this, but nobody could prove it, because even if it could be proved, the bad magistrate had important friends, and proof is not as powerful as important friends. At the same time, there was a good officer who enforced... I wonder who the good officer might be. Who enforced the laws because he thought the laws made people happy and safe, and it bothered the good officer that enforcing the laws did no good because the bad magistrate let the criminals go as quick as the officer caught them. What a sad little story. For a long time the good officer sighed and said, "Oh, what can I do? Because the bad magistrate has important friends. Nothing I can do will touch them." But then the good officer said, "Say, wait a minute, what about the bad people who are bribing the magistrate? They can't have important friends, and if they aren't around, then the bad magistrate can't get any more bribes." And even better, the good officer suspected that the bad people who were bribing the bad magistrate were probably criminals themselves. So the good officer decided that it would be good if the bad people who were bribing the bad magistrate should go away forever. So that good officer made a special prayer that there would be a little bloodbath to wash the bad people away. There. Isn't that a nice little story? Maybe not a perfect story because it ends with a prayer and not a bloodbath. But maybe the story isn't over yet. Right. Okay. Right, so here we go again. What about these bad people? Oh, the bad people are the Kamanatong. Really? I thought everybody knew that. They are a criminal organization. Unfortunately, I don't know who the Kamanatong are. No one will tell me because I am an officer, and it is against the code to tell officers things. But people in the Thieves Guild hate the Kamanatong. I bet if you asked the Thieves Guild, they would cheerfully tell you who the bad people are and where to find them. Okay. what about this little bloodbath that you've been asking about? The bad people in my story are 5 members of the Kumanatong. I know they are a scout, a pawnbroker, a savant, a thief, and a smith, and that they are in Balmora. Unfortunately, I don't know their names, but maybe you can find their names and where to find them. And then maybe my story can have a happy ending, with a little bloodbath instead of a little prayer. Here's what I'm thinking. I love the law, I love the empire, I love the people. I try very hard to keep safe, but sometimes no matter how hard we try to keep the peace, sometimes there's going to be blood. I think you know what I'm talking about. That's why I asked you to do this bit of work, if you're willing. What about this nice present? What is this nice present from the Emperor? I'm sure I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a surprise. And as I said, I'm not sure where it is, but I might find it any time. So check back and see if I found it, after you've done some work. Well, gotta hand it to him, he's got some style. Yeah, he won't let me in the Legion. I didn't make it downstairs here, so let's see what we have. Prison towers. How do? What do you got? Oh, lots of spells. Ooh, Atronach. Hunger, Flame Atronach. I'll get all of these. Still no divine intervention. I wonder who sells that.
Anytime now.
Cell door. Nobody in there. Nobody in there. Trapped and locked. Anybody? Okay.
What's this
Well,
about?
now we know why they're called prison towers, although it looks like you can't actually get to the prison from the prison towers.
Hello there. How are you?
Okay. Did I try this one? I don't think I tried this one. Yeah, keep going. And nothing. I think I want to go into that little place over there. I don't believe I've been in there yet. Make my way all the way out. I'll tell you what, for that health, I'll use Fargoth's little ring here. I failed casting a spell with a ring. Wait. Oh, come on. I was not using the ring, I was using that magicka. Well, come on. That doesn't heal very much, does it? Where's the exit? All right, it was across from
You're on your honor.
Rad Hard Heart. Great, now I have no magicka and still not much health. Alright, more prison towers. Haven't been in this one yet. It's nice that they named all of the prison towers exactly the same. And that there's next to nothing in almost all of them. Well, total bust. Yeah, I know the ring doesn't do a heck of a lot, does it? I think, though, if you rest it regains some charges, so that... I figured I may as well try it. I'm not going to use it otherwise. What I'll do is I will... Let's go ahead and use that Ring of Teleport. And let's go to... Oh, heck. Let's go to the Mage's Guild in Balmora. I've been there. And I can use this bed. Let's rest until healed. There. Feel a little better?
Anytime now.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to go to Seydanin because I had this little quest nagging at me.
Please.
Oh, dark in here. Wow.
Let's hear it. Go ahead, stranger.
So I'm doing a little bit of bouncing around. This is just quest cleanup here. Celis Gravius. What about... Can I join the Imperial Legion? Oh! Ah, bother. Can I pay the gold? Great. There. Paid my little bounty. Didn't lose my moon sugar or anything.
So hard.
I don't think I had anything else stolen that would be removed. Okay. Anyway, murder of Processus Vitellius. Yes, I found septums on his body as well. In fact, if I'm looking for some money for myself, I'd like to see the murderer of Processus killed. Killing is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and I will get 500 septums. I hope you will bring the murderer to justice soon. Well, who the heck murdered him? Do you know anything about this? He was a good man. His murder should be avenged. Well, shoot. Quest not over.
Let's hear it.
Do you know anything about this murder? No?
My time is precious.
How about
so
Fargoth?
make it quick.
Fargoth, do you know anything? Someone finally got him, huh? Well, it's no surprise, I suppose. No one likes a tax collector, especially one who flaunts his wealth while taking our hard-earned cash. Only one who seemed like he could stomach him was Thaver over in the lighthouse. The two of them spent some time together. Shame, really. She seemed like such a nice woman.
I have a feeling that you and I are about to become very close.
I should speak with the person in the lighthouse. Okay.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Gonna do a quick save. Alright, what about the murder? No! Tell me it isn't so. He was the gentlest man I've ever met. He and I had become so close in the past few months. ... I don't know what I'll do without him. I've only seen him get angry once or twice, and he never raised a hand to anyone. Well, not even angry, I suppose. He was arguing with Gilnith about his taxes. He thought Processor had been levying too much and skimming off the top for himself. Ridiculous. Processors would never have done such a thing. If you find out what became of Process's ring, it would ease my heart. I gave him the ring many months ago, and it was dear to him. I would like it to remember him by. Okay. Who's Foreign Gilnith? Disagreements, and how much he had really been making with his fishing. So Foreign Gilnith apparently is a fisher person. Well, it might be one of those people up in the trade house, but let's check over here in the kind of the slums area. Hey, what do you know? Okay.
Speak, traveler.
I'm gonna check my local map here. Does Foreign Gilnith have a house? Shack. Oh, he does have a shack. Okay, I was on the right track. Alright, dude. You're right, I did him in, and a good thing too. He was skimming a load of money from all us honest people, overcharging us on our taxes and keeping the difference for himself. He was always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels, so I killed him and left him out there to rot, with all his ill-begotten gold still on him. Yeah, I'm gonna side with the people on power. Give it your best shot.
Die.
Well, okay. Time to test out my new spear. I don't have any stamina. Restore fatigue. If you have no stamina... Oh, look at that poison go.
Die.
If somebody punches you while you have no fatigue, you fall down. Common belts. Process Vitellius' ring. A bit of gold, sure. In one of my very first playthroughs, I totally just wound up taking this hut as my own. And yeah. What do we got here? Oh, mercantile. Yeah, I wound up just taking it as my own and treating it like my own personal home. I'll take the gold. Cash in. First time I fought that guy, he beat me so bad. Yeah. He was packing some pretty hard punches with... He was doing a number on my fatigue. Unarmed stuff goes to fatigue first and only does damage to your HP when you're down on the ground. Okay, murder. I got the guy.
What's this
Yay.
about?
Cross that one off of my quest list. Okay.
Go ahead, stranger.
So that was the thing I wanted to clean up here in Sedanin. Let's just check my journal. What else do I got? 4 types of mushrooms? I suppose I should be looking for those. I'm gonna just jot those down. Need luminous, Ursula, violet, Coprinus, Bungler's Bane, and Hiffa Fashion. Okay. And I can just get most of them by going down the river. Okay. Or I can put on my ring of teleportation. Oh, hi, Moses. Yeah, I see that. Thank you for bringing me your favorite toy. We have a little bit of a guest down there. Yeah. All right. Okay. Miscellaneous locations. Balmora Hlalo Manor. Ta-da! Here's my little chest. Now let's see what we got here. Bungler's Bane. Good. How many do I need of stuff? Doesn't tell me. Yes. Well, okay, let's try. Let's resort ourselves to having to come back here, but I'll take 10 of those. Yeah, I knew I got a bunch of them. Got a bunch of these mushrooms from around Sedanin, actually. Okay. Violet. Luminous. I need Hifaphasia. I do need Bungler's Bane. Mushrooms can be heavy, so I don't want to take too much. Hifaphasia. Do I have any of that? I do. Good. I'll take all of those. Good, I have 10 or more of all of the mushrooms. Let's go and report to the Mages Guild. So, what am I exactly doing here? Well, the idea is that I'm trying to advance as many of the quests that originate in Balmora as far out as I can without leaving the Balmora area. Fortunately, in this game,
What do you want?
the quests kind of start locally and then branch out a little bit further and further, as opposed to Skyrim, where you join the Thieves Guild and suddenly you have to find you're crossing the entire continent to do a quest for them, and there's only one quest line. Well, quests are much more localized in this game, which makes things... I like it better that way.
I suppose I could spare a moment or two.
Anyway,
What is it
talk
like
to
that?
my
Its
friend
scent is
Ajira.
unfamiliar.
I have the mushrooms. Yes, here they are. I get 4 cheap restore health potions. Yippee. Alright, well... What about other duties? More duties. Made a bet with Galbadir. Ajira would be a journeyman before Galbadir. Now study the mushrooms, write a report. Give Galbadir a fake soul gem. I just made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Galbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Marian Dren, so no one will see you do this thing. That sounds fun. Sounds a little
Yes, Red Guard.
Thieves Guildy. But, yeah, here we go.
I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try.
There goes the Bosmer. Go up to a desk. I'm gonna save. Galbadier's desk. Lesser soul gem. Fake soul gem. And you know what? Nobody is here. Yeah. I'm just gonna clean her out. Yeah. Those were just too hard to resist. I think I'll go and put them in my container in Hollow Manor.
What is this
Yes.
about, Red Guard?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you quite yet. You might sense I have some stuff on me.
Good hunting.
I did. What else you got for me? Now I must study flowers. Okay. Get out my pencil here. We got gold connet. I know I got some of that. Stoneflower. Those I don't think I have. Willow anther. I might have some of that. Heather. Can all be found on the shores of Lake Amaya. Okay, that's not near here though. Go southeast, Balmora past Moonmoth, take the road to Pelagiad, cross the Foyada Mamea towards Surin. Yeah. If I remember right, that's a really pretty area though. Yeah. Nope, I don't have them all yet. Yellow flowers. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty sure I don't have those, so I'm gonna put that quest on
I don't know if I
pause
can help you, but I'll try.
for the moment. Let's go ahead and get my teleport ring out. Miscellaneous. Hollow Manor. Drop off those stolen gems, just in case, you know. There we go. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with the ashes of Lord Bryn. A yellow book. I can deposit that as well. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so I need to go and pick flowers. Out of curiosity, let's see if the alchemist in town sells some of those less common ones. I think she's just back here. Clothier, alchemist. I've bought all sorts of fun stuff from her. There's also that guard over there. I wish I was just a little bit more sneaky. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, wow. Got some real neat ingredients here. Black anther, chokeweed, Nah. These are alphabetical. Okay, let's... Grave dust. No gold. Cage. Stoneflower. Nope, no stoneflower either. Willow anther. Nope. And heather. I'm pretty sure I have heather already. Well, she doesn't have any of the good stuff. Alright. Yeah, I got master stuff already. Okay.
My patience is limited.
Alright, so Mage's Guild stuff is on pause. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, I needed to talk to the Thieves Guild about Vara's little story. Bother, Thieves Guild is way over there.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Complete
Like to walk a
opposite
fine
end
line.
of the city. I think as soon as I can get our more memorabilia. Alright, well, good to know. I'll probably stash them away in my unlimited storage container.
Seen any elves?
Seen any elves? Yeah, a few. Bad people. If the bad people you are looking for are the Kamanatong, they're in Balmor. You'll find them at the Council Club Corner Club. The scout would be Vadusa. Yeah, let's write some of these down. So I need Vadusa, Marasa, Madrale, or Madrale, and, oh dear, Silveror Trandal. The Morrowind wiki says the ashes are dedicated to a forum regular who passed away during production. Oh, is that right? Okay, that's cool. Very cool. All right. Thanelin fellas. Sounds like they're all at the corner club, so let's head on
Do you
over
want something from me?
there. That guy's almost fallen off of his platform. So Sam, so you mentioned in the last one that I could use reset AI.
We make a special trip just for you. Say low crowd.
Nope. What was it? So you... RA. Hey, thanks, Inaru. Thanks for joining up. I appreciate your popping in. So RA was reset actor. There he goes. Nice and safe. Yeah. So Sonaru, this is my third playthrough of Morrowind, actually. I did it once way back when in the old days. I did it again about 10 years ago. And this is my third full-on playthrough. The game has so much, so unique of a culture, right? It does not fall into the stereotypes of dark elves being these underground Tolkien-like stuff, right?
Scent is new.
Hello, Hool. Okay, Council Club. I have a feeling I'm in for some fighting. Okay. Tanalan Velas. Check. Bad
Tell
people.
your friends about this place.
Well, you're not a bad people. You are.
Oh,
You
come
are.
on, leave me alone.
You are. And let me guess, the one down here.
I can already
No one.
tell I'm not going to like this. Sure
Great,
there's
so it
someone
looks
else
like I
can
have to
bother?
clean house here. Everybody except the barkeep. Yeah, it's always fun to start from the beginning. It takes a lot of hours to play everything, though. So, we'll see how far I get, huh? Alright, good time for a quick save. Taunting time. Come on. Come on. I don't have that much more gold. Come on. Speechcraft improved. Well, that didn't work. Sonaru, I have... This is actually episode number 5, I think, so if you wanted to jump in there, there's a few more of these. I do a lot of explaining of the background of Morrowind and how it all works and how the skill system works and all that in some previous episodes. You might check those out. Those are on YouTube and here on Twitch. On YouTube for forever, and on Twitch they only save those VODs for, well, a little while. I'm hoping that I have some sort of frenzy spell. This has not been going my way. I don't know if I've picked up a frenzy spell yet. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sonaru. So what I'm going through here is that I can't just outright attack them because, well, that's kind of a crime. So I'm looking for a way to coax them into attacking me first, because then it's just defending myself. I can paralyze. Come on. Taunting takes a while. Yeah, especially at early levels. I'm only level 2, as you can kind of see over there. What's my speechcraft? Speechcraft is 7, personality is 40. Not much of a chance of success there. A slightly better chest with a frenzy spell if I can find one. Wild distraction. I still don't have anything for frenzy. Any scrolls? So, looks like my solution right now is going to be taunting. And I was running low on cash earlier, so let's go ahead and just give myself some cash, keep things moving along. Sure, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that soon. I do have priorities on leveling up endurance and speed first. I want to be able to walk around a little bit faster, and bumping up endurance sooner means that at every level up, endurance is what is used to calculate how much your maximum HP goes up. So the sooner you can get endurance up first, the more maximum HP you'll have in the long run. So that's what I'm trying to do. Add item. Shoot, I forget what the thing is for gold. Ah, crap. Alright, so no console stuff right now. We're just gonna have to do it this way. Nope. Just need 3 taunts. There's Speechcraft bumping up again. Well, let's try it again. Actually, do I have something that boosts my personality, or I wonder. Absorb fatigue, calm creature. Yeah, I have the calm spells. I don't have. If I exit, the chat doesn't go back. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, Sonaro. Oh, so I was doing quick saves. So I saved it before I started talking with him, so that's all that is. Fortify willpower. No. If you bring them down to 0, next time you talk to them, it's still 0. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get out of this without getting some cash. But I was looking for a way to boost my personality or my speechcraft. I was wondering if I could, like, custom make a 1-second spell that would boost things. Fortify agility, all sorts of fortify stuff. Restore stuff. Fortify magicka. Anything in here? Hop toad, no. Veloth's grace, no. What about the Vivek spells? Nope. Darn. Okay. Let's try this then. That's what it was. Gold_001. Player. Add item. Gold_001. Let's give me another 50,000. That seemed to have worked. Here we go. Save. Try to rest to apply the speechcraft to work better. Alright. I might try that, sure. I still don't like you, and I still don't want to talk to you. Oh, well. Right. I was able to get one of these guys this way. I wonder if this guy's just prevented from being taunted. Like if it's actually in this guy's... Ooh! There's a success. 1. Two. Almost there. Come on. Shut up and draw. I think you have to wait until... There we go. That does it. Goodbye.
You Inwa! You will die.
Whoa! Let's get that, Okay, yeah. Silver Trandall is a normal NPC as far as taunting. Well, as you can see, I got things going. They're all after me. Let's use a cheap restore. Let's use a standard, not Magicka. Standard restore health as well. I thought taunting required that you get at least a minimum of 1. Whoop. And I'm down. I thought you had to have at least a minimum of 1 thing to do it. Yeah, my chances are ridiculously low, but if we just click taunt all the time. Oh, okay, it does work. You don't have to have the money. I thought you had to have a minimum of 1. Whatever, disposition. There we go. Alright, well, apparently I was going way beyond what I actually needed to do. Okay. Let's let the poison do some work.
There is no escape.
I wonder if they're working with poisoned weapons. Okay. Get some health in a hurry.
You will die.
looks like I need some fatigue. Ow! Ouch is right. Okay, so I think one thing I'm gonna do is get my spell Fiend Tonto. I do have some healing spells. Yeah, the Sword Lady is definitely trouble. My fatigue was going way down too as I was being pummeled with unarmed things, and that meant that most of my attacks were missing. I was hoping that I could do Spear for a little while and improve my Spear ability. It looks like I'm gonna have to go with something that hits a little more reliable. So, anyway, let's try it again. One, 2, 3. It's been taking 4. 4, well, maybe 5 this time. I do have healing spells. I'm not very good at restoration, and it's kind of unreliable, so that's why I've been bopping in and doing potions. I'm just not watching my health quite closely enough. But here's what I do. Gonna get a dagger out and get my shield back. Where's that shield? There it is. This should help a little bit. Okay, watching my fatigue a little bit better this time. Not watching my health, goodness. Cheap restore health. Let's double up on some potions here. What else we got? Come on, I know I have other restore health potions. There we go. Some disc. Okay. Man, they're doing a number on me. Maybe I should not take on an entire criminal syndicate at level 2. I don't know. Just a thought. That's a lucky block right there. Something tells me I'm gonna run out. Fatigue. Well, this is the most harrowing battle I've seen on stream yet. Come on, cheap restore health. Get up, stay up. Exclusive restore health. Whatever we got. Cut one down. Come on, you're almost done. Got her. Sword lady, come on, you. Okay. Almost down. That's not screwed up. Ooh. Getting low. No more. Oh, shoot. What do I got for scrolls? Okay. I cannot read during battle. Alright, scroll of the Argent Glow. I'd really suck if All of a sudden, I died here. Run. Oh man, that's not restoring nearly fast enough. Whoops! I hit the wrong guy. Bo. Yeah, Bo might have done it. Okay. I'm trying to not hit that barkeep because he's not in there. Bother. So close, I know. I got 2 of them down and almost had the 3rd one. There's a 4th person down at the bottom there.
Tell your friends about this place.
I don't suppose you sell potions, do you? Nah. If I start with my spear, get poison going in all of them, and then switch to the short bow, or short blade, that might work a little bit better. Yeah, I can do this. Alright. Telvanni Bug Musk? Maybe. Yeah, I don't want to use Hellfire because that's going to get the guy. Okay, so first up I have my spear. And then I have my Tanto ready. Okay. Gonna try this again. Well, at least it's a little different paced than wandering around and trying to join all of the guilds, huh? Try to open up a door upstairs and trap them. Hit them if that will work. Maybe. Oh. Got there a little earlier this time.
You will suffer.
You die!
Got some poison going.
There is no escape.
Now seems like a good time.
You will be let me live.
Oh, cool. Look at that poison doing its work.
Now you die! There is no
Cool.
escape!
Here we go. Okay. One down. Store magic off. Fatigue is the issue at the moment. Let's grab that. Spear again. Where? Yeah.
You Enwa!
I need to remember to get my shield when I switch to the short blade. Ooh. Cheap restore health. Get some distance. Okay, done. Magic health. Standard restore health. Need that shield really. Let's get my bound dagger. Come on. Oh man. Dang, she hits hard. Okay, I'm on the right track. This is pretty tough to be doing at my level. Alright. Get the spear. Got the spear. I'm gonna get this. Okay.
Die! You die!
got her once with the poison, so now let's switch over to shield, and then Tonto. Ah, there it goes. Look at that health go. Yeah, I'm liking this shield and I'm liking this switch back and forth. I'm glad I picked up that spear. Man, that's been useful. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend for beginners. No, at least I know a little bit of what I'm doing, huh? Oop, fell over. That's, Okay, let's get some fatigue back. Wow, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Save. Okay, the bad people, as they were called. There's 5 of them. That's 4. Well, that was 3. I got one earlier.
Oh, come on, leave me alone.
Now I just need to take care of this one. Viper Skewer. Ooh, not much charge left on that. Well. Yeah, Varro wanted 5. In the other stream, I already killed the one who had done the murder. He had the red mohawk up top. Yeah, I will get my gold back. For sure.
Kill that Gwar. Those boots
Let's
are
just
ruined.
take out this last one, and then I'll loot all 3 of them. Okay, here we go.
You will suffer greatly.
Item does not have enough charge. Well, that... so much for that. Ooh! She's got a... dang, she has a weapon that does electrical damage. Alright. Wow, okay. Thankfully not much armor. I think I just backed myself into a corner. Ah, but there is a door just here.
There is no escape.
Oh, wait, almost done. Down. Got it. Yeah, Sparkblade. That was causing problems. What else we got here? Expensive amulet. Lockpicks. Yeah, nothing interesting really. Thank you. That felt worth it. I felt like I earned that one. Okay. Another key to Nirvana Manor. Already had one, but sure. Extravagant. Get my gold back, like you said. Guide to Balmora. Guide. Sure, I'll take some of these things. And let's see. Where's Avren? Expensive belt. Torches. Nah. What do we got? Vadusa. Oh! That would explain why she was doing a number on me, huh? Okay, she was doing some poison damage. I'm not gonna pick that up though, just because I got better. Let's just wait. Oh, there's... yeah, and now we... boy, they didn't have anything interesting. Alright, well... I took care of his little problem, as he called it. Or his little story. Alright, let's go ahead and take a shortcut. Scroll of Divine Intervention. I normally don't like using consumables, but hey, I gotta get used to it. Did anybody sell those scrolls? I think we just had cheap potions. But, boy, I went through a bunch of them. So let's pick up some standard ones. Cheap potion of... Yeah, let's not go with the bargain ones, but...
What say you?
I'm looking for scrolls of divine intervention because that's going to be my best way to get back to this area. Nope. Be nice if they added a whole story of Elder Scrolls to the game. The whole story of the Elder Scrolls to the games, but unfortunately they have a tiny part of it to the huge... Right. They are doing that in part. Elder Scrolls Online, if you've dabbled in that, has quite a large breadth of the world of Tamriel. So you can go to Elsewhere, you can go to Black Marsh, you can even go here to Morrowind. And all of these places, it takes place during the Second Era, kind of near the end of the Second Era, in a place that isn't really covered by Elder Scrolls 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So, if you're looking to explore the world of Tamriel, Elder Scrolls Online is pretty good, and they actually do a pretty good job of, you know, fleshing out the story some. Hey, so I took care of that problem. Is this about the work? Yes, it is. I'm so glad that I found the nice present from the Emperor. Here, it seems to be a ring, a very nice ring. There was no note with it, but I'll let the Emperor know you received it, and I'm sure he'll be pleased, and also from me. Because of your exceptional discretion, take this special volume from my own library, with my compliments. Biography of the Wolf Queen, and a ring of surroundings. Do you like it? It's called the Ring of Surroundings. It's useful for sneaking about. I don't know much more about it, but I believe it used to belong to a bad person. We don't need that sort of thing. What about other work? Well, there we go. Well, let's see this ring. Chameleon. Cool. That's going to be super useful for picking pockets. Yeah. Well, Sonaro, another thing that you can do is buy some of these books. I have here a 2-volume set of all of the lore stories that appear in the Elder Scrolls Online. And I have also behind me that guy there featuring Alduin the World Eater. That's another 3 books that's just simply chock full of lore. Those are a lot of fun to flip through. That sounded satirical. No, they are actually a lot of fun to flip through. Yeah. I wanted to try out a stream where I did nothing but read those books online. Actually, I'm an opera singer in another life. And so, with my melodious voice, I thought I might, you know, hug the microphone a little bit and have a little reading session. Didn't work out. Apparently, you need copyrights to do stuff like that. So it didn't work out. Okay. Well, we are at the end of my 2 hours of streaming. So I need to call it quits here. Let's go ahead and I'll do that off stream. So here we go. Those books are really pretty, by the way. Here we are. Here's a switch over. Okay, so Sonaru, Samsa, Morrowind books are copyrighted. Well, that's Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think there are actual Morrowind books, but the content that's in them, yeah. I contacted the publisher and said, hey, can I read these books and kind of, you know, promote and maybe get you to get more of those books sold? And they said, yeah, we're not interested. There's, you know, stuff in the beginning, no reproducing in any form, including audio format, so can't do that. Where to get them? I bought them from Amazon. The publisher, though, you can get them from their website directly. The publisher is Titan Books, and I know you're seeing it backwards, so it's Titan Books. But yeah, you can get those box sets on Amazon. I think the 3-book version was maybe like $50, and the 2-book version was $30. So they're not too cheap, but they're really pretty. Morrowind, the game Morrowind, came out in 2001. Elder Scrolls Online started coming out in 2014. I think those books are from 2017, thereabouts. Skyrim is just this week celebrating its 10th anniversary, so happy birthday, Skyrim. The physical books. Oh, the in-game books. Yeah, so I think what I would do with that is I would boot up one of the games and display the book on the screen and read it. And that, I bet, would be... yeah, I could definitely read books in that way. I won't click on the link right now because I'm trying to close out the stream here. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, Sinaru and Samsa. It's great having people to chat with and to play with online, so I appreciate this. Closing things out here. So you can find me in all the basic places here on Twitch as Told Games. I also have that YouTube stream that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, thanks, Samsa. Fun having you guys. You can find me YouTube and Twitch. I also have a Twitter account. You can follow me at Told Games, and the only thing I really do there is say when I'm streaming next. So when I'm streaming next also is going to be Sundays at 2 o'clock. That's the standard time. I might be able to find another time, probably in an evening or thereabouts, maybe on a Wednesday. If I do, it'll be mentioned on those streams, and yeah, we'll maybe get a couple more hours in. Morrowind a couple hours at a time is obviously going to take a very long time, so, you know, try and beef it up a little bit. Time zone, 2 p.m. Sundays, Pacific time zone. So, like, this time, next week, 2 hours earlier. Okay? If that helps. Anyway, thanks for joining me. And you can also see the schedule on Twitch if you forget. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys will join me the next time around. A lot of fun playing Morrowind with y'all. And see you next time. Take care, guys.